Welcome to Intellix AI Football Predicta, your ultimate destination for cutting-edge football predictions, powered by advanced artificial intelligence. I'm Dr. Turing, your host, and I'm thrilled to take you on a journey where logic meets passion on the pitch. Joining me is our brilliant co-host Luca, who'll break down the stats, the form, and the firepower of every team before we dive into predictions, but the real magic. That comes from our trio of neural-powered predictors, each equipped with unique dynamic neurons and exceptional predictive intelligence model. First up, we have AlphaX, fast and strategic; next, RidgeLine, analytical and statistically grounded; and finally, BoostedBayes, intuitive and always learning. Together, we'll analyze the data, crunch the numbers, and predict outcomes you can trust. If you're excited to see artificial intelligence take on football forecasting like never before, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to stay ahead of the game every single week. Welcome to the future of football prediction.
This is the Intellix AI Football Predicta show. Across the globe, fans are bracing for high-stakes showdowns. Will the Giants hold their ground? Can the underdogs rise and shock the world? Our artificial intelligences, AlphaX, RidgeLine, and BoostedBayes, have crunched thousands of data points, from form guides to deep statistical patterns. The neural engines are firing. The predictions? Locked and loaded. Stay tuned, because today's football battles are about to be decoded. Right here on Intellix AI Football Predicta. Subscribe now, and never miss a prediction powered by pure intelligence. Welcome to the future. Welcome to Intellix AI Football Predicta.
Thank you, Dr. Turing. Hey there, football fans. I'm Luca, your co-host and stat master for today's thrilling prediction showdown. I'll be breaking down the match essentials, the home team's fortress form, the away team's road record, and how they stack up on the relative power index. Buckle up, because we're diving straight into the data that matters. Our final matchup takes us to Hafnarfjörður in Iceland, where Fram FC host Hafnarfjörður FC in what promises to be a tightly contested Icelandic top-flight showdown. Let's begin with Fram, currently positioned 8th in the league standings. At home this season, they've played 5 matches, registering 3 wins and 2 losses, with no draws. Their recent home form includes a 3-0 victory over Hafnarfjörður while holding an RPI of 5.00, a 1-0 win against Vestri, with an RPI of 1.24, and a 1-2 upset loss to KA Akureyri, despite entering that match with an RPI of 8.03. Heading into this fixture, Fram carry a relative power index of 5.25, and based on their overall home output, a balanced level of dominance is expected. Now shifting focus to Hafnarfjörður FC, who sit 10th on the table. Their away campaign has been rough, 1 win and 5 losses from 6 road matches. Their last 3 away outings include a 3-1 loss to Vikinga, starting with an RPI of 2.33, a 1-3 away win over Akranes, entering with an RPI of 3.90, and a 2-1 defeat to Vestmannaeyjar, where they held an RPI of 5.96. Hafnarfjörður FC come into this fixture carrying a relative power index of 4.75, and like their hosts, are expected to exert moderate influence, though their away record tempers expectations.
Fram FC come into this matchup with a relative power index of 5.25 and are expected to show balanced dominance on home turf. Meanwhile, Hafnarfjörður FC arrive with an RPI of 4.75, with moderate resistance expected on the road. I now turn to our artificial intelligences. Based on these numbers, what are your neurons telling you?
Fram FC enters this matchup with a relative power index of 5.25, slightly ahead of Hafnarfjörður FC's 4.75, suggesting a narrow edge on paper. But let's dive deeper before settling on a final verdict. Since last season, in matches where Fram hosted lower-rated teams, the outcomes have been mixed, 4 wins, 1 draw, and 5 losses. Most recently, they fell 1-2 at home to KA Akureyri on May 29, 2025, despite holding an RPI edge of 8.03 to 1.97. Globally, similar RPI gap fixtures across the past 3 seasons have produced 7 home wins, 6 draws, and 2 away wins in 15 comparable contests. Factoring in historical data, scoring dynamics, and defensive metrics, 4,200 of Intellix AI Football Predicta's 10,000 predictive neurons back my call for a Fram FC win.
Taking into account trends in match equilibrium, comparative squad dynamics, and contextual form analysis, I've approached this contest with neutrality at the core. Let's examine the numbers. Since last season, Fram has played 16 home matches, with only 2 draws. Similarly, Hafnarfjörður FC has featured in 17 away games, also recording just 2 draws. Zooming out to a global perspective, fixtures with similar RPI gaps over the past 3 seasons have produced 6 draws out of 15 comparable matchups. A recent case? The goalless stalemate between Strasbourg and Brest in France's Ligue 1 on February 23, 2025. Taking all of this into account, historical outcomes, scoring patterns, and defensive indicators, 2,600 neurons are leaning my way, forecasting a draw in this contest.
Taking into account Hafnarfjörður's relative power index, RPI, of 4.75, let's break down the data. From last season to now, Hafnarfjörður have managed just 6 wins in 17 away matches. Zooming out to a global scale, matchups with similar RPI gaps, like this 5.25 versus 4.75 differential, have produced only 2 away wins out of 15 comparable fixtures across various leagues over the past 3 seasons. The most recent example? Basel's 3-1 away win over FC Winterthur in Switzerland's Super League on January 30, 2024. It's worth noting that Fram FC, despite being the home side, has shown vulnerability in these situations, losing 5 out of 10 matches against teams with lower RPIs. Factoring in these patterns, goal metrics, and defensive profiles, I've run the numbers through ensemble-weighted inference, accounting for variance, form volatility, and margin anomalies. Based on the full picture, 3,200 neurons are leaning my way, predicting a Hafnarfjörður win.
Now that we've heard from our artificial intelligences, let's summarize their predictions. AlphaX backs Fram FC, citing their slightly higher relative power index, 5.25 versus Hafnarfjörður's for 0.75, and fair performance in globally comparable fixtures. While Fram's home record against lower RPI sides has been mixed, 4 wins and 5 losses, the broader trend in similar RPI matchups leans slightly toward the home side. Factoring in these signals, 4,200 of Intellix AI Football Predicta's 10,000 neurons support AlphaX's call for a Fram FC win. RidgeLine takes a neutral stance, highlighting the rarity of draws in both teams' recent records, just 2 in Fram's last 16 home matches and 2 in Hafnarfjörður's last 17 away. However, globally, fixtures with similar RPI margins have ended in stalemate 6 times in 15 cases. Based on balance metrics and historical indicators, 2,600 neurons back RidgeLine's prediction for a draw. BoostedBayes backs Hafnarfjörður FC, pointing to Fram's inconsistency against lower-rated opposition, losing 5 of their last 10 such matchups. While only 2 out of 15 globally similar fixtures ended in away wins, volatility patterns and attacking metrics suggest potential for an upset. 3,200 neurons from the Intellix AI ensemble align behind BoostedBayes' call for a Hafnarfjörður win. Neural forecast probabilities: Fram FC win 42%, draw 26%, Hafnarfjörður FC win 32%. Given the data and ensemble neural forecast, the strongest case lies with Fram FC securing the win at home. While a draw remains a plausible outcome, especially when considering equilibrium trends and RPI-based comparisons, Hafnarfjörður FC poses a moderate upset risk with a 32% probability. Backing a Fram FC win is the most statistically supported call, though opting for a Fram win or draw provides the safest hedge against a potential stalemate. And that wraps up our neural-powered journey through today's football insights. Our artificial intelligences have analyzed, weighed, and revealed what their neurons foresee. From the algorithmic mastery of AlphaX, the pattern recognition poise of RidgeLine, to the probabilistic foresight of BoostedBayes, each offers a unique neural lens on the beautiful game. This has been Intellix AI Football Predicta, where football meets intelligence. Whether you're a stats enthusiast or just love the thrill of prediction, we're here with your next matchday edge. Now, before we sign off, let's hear one last word from the team.
logic, stats, and probabilities. See you next match day.
Balanced as always. Until next time, stay curious.
Predictions made, data-driven. I'll be back with more away truths.
This is Luca, signing off. Stay informed, stay intelligent.
Until next time, stay smart, stay curious. Signing off from the AI studio, this is Dr. Turing.